Hello everybody, this is Epsilon, and today I'd like to talk about a few ways to make money throughout Rune Factory 5. I will go over one exploit that you can do pretty early, but then I will jump to non-cheesy methods. Unfortunately, this topic is too robust to be covered in less than 60 seconds, so forgive me if it seems a bit long. I will try not to waste too much time going over things though. So firstly, I'll explain the cheese method. Not everyone likes cheesing games, and I didn't use this strategy in my own file, so if you don't want to hear it, I put timestamps in the description below. When you get up to 3 friendship with someone, they will be willing to join you on adventures. There's also a seed ring seal that you can equip that will force people less than that to join you. The exploit requires bringing along Elshe. I would also recommend bringing along a monster you can ride as well, as it will help. When Elshe sees you are lowish on HP, she will toss dishes at you. If you dodge the dish that she throws, it will land on the ground and you can pick it up and add it to your inventory. For me, it's easier to dodge while riding a tamed monster. If she hits it with you though, you will immediately eat it. Dishes added to your inventory can be sold at the shipping box, so you can farm dishes off of her. One such dish is the Royal Curry, which can be sold for 500,000 G. Personally, I am not using this method for getting cash, but for those who don't mind to cheese the game, you can do this. Just note you cannot have eaten recently for this to work. If she does hit you with a dish, it'll count as you eating it, and you'll have to try again when your hunger meter is reset. I'm not positive on that last part, but that seems to be the case for me. Now, onto the methods I use for making money in my playthrough. When you first start the game, you won't have access to a lot of ways to make money. What I recommend is just playing the game normally until you unlock the first farm dragon, which is the first story dungeon in the game. Save up money, prince points, wood, and stone so that you can get at least one monster barn and a steamer for the kitchen. Next, go and tame even amounts of buffamoos and cluckadoodles. The way I made most of my money early on was by taking the milk and the eggs from each respective monster and turning them into flan. Of course, you'll need to have some cooking skill as well. I'm not entirely sure what level flan is right now since the game is currently glitched and doesn't show the required skill level for items. That said, I did make a short video on power leveling your skills which can be used for cooking, albeit a little bit slower than other skills. I'll post a link in the description if you need that. Or we'll try to anyway. If I forget, somebody please remind me in the comments below. Anyway, flan at level 1 isn't all that good, but at level 10 it sells for about 2500 G. I ended up building 2 monster barns and tamed 3 buffamoos and cluckadoodles so I could make 3 flan each day. In order to get higher level milk and eggs so that you can make higher level flan, you'll need to raise the affection of your monsters. At level 9 they'll start producing level 10 goods. The best way to do this is by brushing them once a day and giving them the items that they produce. A buffamoo produces milk, so give it milk. Cluckadoodles produce eggs, so give them eggs. I was able to get mine to 9 affection in about a week and a half in game. With 3 level 10 flan each day, I was making about 7,500 G each day. This is how I made money early game until you unlock the flower shop in the second arc. Another thing you can do is tame some bee monsters that produce honey. Honey at level 10 sells for just over 1,000 G. Though later in the game you're better off saving honey for things like pancakes or relaxed tea. Or Royal Curry. Once you unlock the flower shop in the second arc, you'll have access to greenifiers and formulas. I recommend upgrading the flower shop if possible, as you can get Greenifier Plus and stronger formulas, which expedites this process. They are a bit expensive. I also hope you've been keeping up with your requests on the request board, because what I did to make money at this point was use Greenifier and formula to quickly level up my corn to level 10. Then I got an oven from Palmo. Using corn, you can make corn on the cob. At level 1, corn on the cob only sells for just over 2000 G, whereas raw corn costs 3000 G regardless of its level. If you've shipped a level 10 corn, you can buy it at the general store for the same price as a level 1 corn. You may need to complete a certain request by this point, but if you've unlocked corn, I'm pretty sure you've already completed that request. However, if you use a level 10 corn to create corn on the cob, it produces a level 10 corn on the cob, which sells for about 5600 G. You make more than the cost of the ingredients. There's another similar thing you can do with curry rice and curry bread, however it requires more ingredients, and due to how the ingredient system works in the game, you'll never be able to get it to level 10 in the end. You can buy all the ingredients to make curry rice in a pot, which by itself would actually lose you money. However, you can then use that curry rice and some flour and oil on a frying pan to make curry bread. This will always be profitable even at level 1. If you want to maximize your profits, I recommend increasing the level of your carrots, potatoes, and turnips to level 10. Ship one of each of them so that you can buy them in their seeds at the general goods store for level 10. For the first step of this, you can buy rice, flour, curry powder, oil, potatoes, and carrots for a little less than 5000 G. I'd also recommend buying a ton of level 10 turnip seeds. When you make curry rice, you can add 2 level 10 turnip seeds to the empty spots, and you'll end up with curry rice at level 7. Then you can use this curry rice, oil, and flour to make curry bread. Adding level 10 turnip seeds to the rest of those empty slots will also increase the total level of the curry bread, increasing profits more. Unfortunately, you cannot buy flour, rice, curry powder, or oil at levels higher than 1 from the general goods store, so this will always drag down the total level of the curry bread in the end. However, if everything else is level 10, you can potentially get the curry bread up to level 8 before you sell it, which sells for about double the cost of all the ingredients. Unfortunately, you'll most likely be really late game or even post game before you unlock the absolute best ways of farming cash. If you've been doing your requests, you'll eventually get a request to ship a turnip heaven, and one other task that asks you to harvest a giant golden crop. The latter one unlocks the recipes for ultimate curry, royal curry, and turnip heaven. You can buy most of the ingredients for less than you can sell the dishes for, except royal curry, which needs to be at least level 2 to be profitable. One of them does require ingredients you can only get as a monster drop. For me, I recommend the turnip heaven as it only requires 3 ingredients. It sells for the least amount of money, but it's the easiest one to get all the ingredients to level 10 for. The curries require monster drops or even an emery flour, and both require certain ingredients which can only be bought in large volumes at level 1, which results in a lower level curry. The curries would still sell for a higher than a level 10 turnip heaven, but since the ingredients are harder to come by, I usually just go with the turnips heaven. Again, at this phase, you can really do whatever is easiest for you. I have a lot of bees, so getting honey for the royal curry isn't an issue for me, but the emery flowers do cost 500 grand each, so you definitely need to make sure the resulting royal curry is above level 1 before making it, so you can sell it for more than the cost. With that, I believe you shouldn't have any trouble making cash here in the game. Truthfully speaking, there's not much to spend money on the game once you've beaten it, except for maybe upgrading some buildings or buying the resort house. At the same time, I already had made a couple million just selling level 10 corn on the cob, so it's not like the in-game recipes are necessary. I'm sure someone has other methods, maybe even better methods, that they use to make money, but these are the ones that I predominantly used. If you have any other suggestions, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. And with that, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I hope to see you one day in my stream chat.